So, truth be told, seeing's believing, and I know what I saw was real, and human beings want to think that they're the Martian, they're going to appear in this recognizable thing, but there is a recognizable thing, and people describe it as the gray aliens, Martians. Um, it's almost like people are like, well, if they were here, wouldn't would we know about it? No. See, that's the thing. If somebody is that and so much more intelligent than you, no matter what you think or do, they already can detect that. If you can imagine something so intelligent that, just like the implant, there's a chip that's now been implanted. I tested it out. You use the mouse, puts the buttons, and it moves stuff around the screen. And then you just think about it, and it responds. So, that being said, human beings are really no different. When you plant a seed or a belief system in somebody, they believe it's real, and all that energy will spur people to drill silver out of the ground relentlessly, and diamonds for you, and mine, and build all sorts of kinds of pyramids and constellations to the stars. Human beings are not so much different than animals, but the only difference is that we don't think of ourselves as animals. And there are beings that have transcended the biological restrictions that are inherent with us being bound biologically to this earth. Just as I would replay a digital memory of something or a movie, these things are eternal, and they're electric, and they exist in space throughout eternity. They always have, always will. We're designed to be here. This is our home. This is our place. We better take care of it. Make it clean. But it's best for being in harmony with one another. And for lack of a better word, it's been very scary for a lot of people when they do see that truth. They want to squash it. They use the drug laws as one way to do it with people. They would um, you know classify people as being insane for having had a hallucinogenic or religious experience, if you can imagine that. Now, in Europe, during birth and hard labor, women were given LSD, ergot, in bread, and it just told to eat it and buckle it out. In a few days, it'd be all right. And so, massive amount of people were born tripping on acid, and it's just in our DNA. It's just a natural thing. And when you open up, that's just like a drop of water. LSD, it's so pure as a chemical. It's so small. It opens up the floodgates in your mind, and some people don't come back. It's so true. Terrified the living shit out of my parents. They thought I was never going to come back. I wish I had known. Someone told, "Oh, you just got to relax," Had I known that, had someone had told me that, it probably would have been a better outcome. But for lack of a better word, I managed to thumbprint myself as much as you possibly could. Without completely frying your point where it doesn't stop. The sin it just and you stay permanently fried. But it's a responsible adult choice, and people shouldn't be put in prison or jail just because they tried to experiment with that. I found pharmaceutical grade mescaline at the age of 15, 16. And my best friend's ex-boyfriend's was Olympic wrestler's wallet anyway. And she was picking pharmaceutical grade mescaline out of my teeth. And I tripped for 3 days really, really hard. And there's a door, no one may come here since no one may stay. And that's opened with psychedelics and hallucinogens, and it's a beautiful thing. Not a lot of people can handle that. The anxiety becomes too much for them. But there is a teacher in and of itself of these things. There's a medicinal benefit that's profound. So, my parents, having seen a lot of people gone on these trips and never came back, people coming back from Vietnam, friends and family telling us we got to run away to Canada, people who come back, their balls blown off, their legs missing, and screaming, crying, horrible, terrible things that they did to their buddies, and all these things I'm hearing as a kid, and I'm like, man, fuck shit, man. They come over here, I'll fucking kill them. I'm not gonna fucking jump out of a helicopter and go shooting people up that I don't even fucking know. Because I never voted for that motherfucker to keep John Oil anyway. And so, dealing with this redneck bullshit, dealing with that, came at a heavy price. And I'm still standing here, still taking care of the place. This is what it's the right thing to do. You're supposed to take care of your family. This is called The Memorist. This piece was made by my father about the monster that was supposed to take me away, that they thought was going to take me away. Cancer. And so he's looking through a scope. It's 1983. He'd been looking through the doctors have been looking 10 years. There's no cancer. He's cancer free. And he made this painting. We were happy here as a family. He's like, no, they're not gonna come and take you away. They're never gonna take you away. Yeah, I'm still here, and that's what it's about. And this is one of the best paintings my dad ever made. When you look at it in different light, it and I used to say, Dad, man, how did you do that? Come on, man. Were you tripping? Like, how did you do? Like, he's just like Ollie. Just draw from real life and watch it kind of like, what happens, man. And I'm like, Dad, nobody could do it as good as he could painting. I mean, look at that. And it's like once you have had a taste of that, once you've seen it, it's like you can't go back. And then they say that about drugs, like for certain things, yeah, okay, I'm glad I didn't try. But they say, oh, once you try it, well, it'll suck all the dopamine and serotonin out of your body, to boom, feel great for a second, and then boom. And if you didn't figure that out, that your body, you just made yourself an explosion diet and fucked up your brain chemistry, and then you got to put that shit down, let yourself recover, and say, oh, well, that was a fun experience. If you didn't realize that, then you got a problem with addiction, and you got a problem, and then so who's to say that someone didn't come to that realization themselves, versus having to force someone with violence through police force or drug incarceration and all this kind of shit, all this police brutality enforcing laws for drugs and for people who honestly won't come to that conclusion unless they come to themselves that they're making themselves sick and they don't want to be sick anymore. And when people are given choices of things to choose from, like substances and stuff, the only thing they're seeing is dope and crack and meth in the ghetto. Why not give them the choice to trip out and to have a hallucinogenic experience or eat some mushrooms and have that as a safe alternative at the bodega? And so little by little they've managed to legalize cannabis, but I think folks, a little dab will do you.